Hi, friends. Hi, I really missed you guys. Are you ready for another version of the Gingerbread people? Today's version is called the Gingerbread Cowboy. And we're going to look at several features like we have in the past: the character, the setting, the repetitive frame, and the ending. But we'll also have two things after, two additional lessons: how to make your own Gingerbread Cowboy, and a lesson on patterns. I know it's a lot. Let's get through it, friends, because you know I love learning. So giddy up, little cowboys and cowgirls, and let's get ready to read a version of the Gingerbread Cowboy. Okay, the title of this book is called The Gingerbread Cowboy. It's by Janet Squires, sorry friends, illustrated by Holly Berry. Janet is the author, and what does the author do, friends? That's correct, they write the words or they write the story. And Holly, no relation to Hallie, illustrated the book. That means she drew the pictures. So let's take a look at the cover of this book. We have a gingerbread cowboy on the cover, sitting on top of a hat. Who's wearing this hat? Let's look at the eyes. Let's look at the claws. Is it someone who's going to be kind to our little gingerbread cowboy, or someone who's not going to be so kind? Let's read and find out. We have another title page. We have a dedication page, because the dedication page is who the author writes the story for and who the illustrator draws the pictures for. Let's look at the first page in the book. It's not a little old woman or a little old man in this book. It's a rancher and his wife. A rancher is a person who raises herds of animals on a ranch. And a ranch is like a big piece of land that has herds of animals raised and bred there. Okay? And let's look what they see. They're not eating gingerbread. They're eating biscuits. So let's see what happens first. Once upon a time, in the Wild Wild West, there lived a rancher and his wife. Every morning, just as the sun was coming up, the rancher saddled his horses and fed the cattle, while his wife baked biscuits. Biscuits with butter, biscuits with honey, biscuits with jelly. She should come to my house. I love biscuits. Yes, those biscuits biscuits were plump as pillows, soft as clouds, tasty as a big Texas barbecue. Now, what they're using there is kind of like a descriptive language, like when they said plump as pillows, soft as clouds, tasty as big Texas barbecue. They're trying to get you to form a picture of your head of how these biscuits looked and how they taste. Okay, they just can't say they were good. You wouldn't say, I can't really form that in my head. But if they say plump as pillows, soft as clouds, tasty as barbecue, then you have like, I kind of know how they tasted, how they looked. Look what she's doing on the second page, friends. Then one day, just as the sun was coming up, the rancher's wife decided she was tired of making biscuits. So she measured and mixed, and she made gingerbread dough. So she has a mixer, a rolling pin, she has some spices, she has some measuring spoons, and some flour. She rolled out the dough, cut out the shape of a boy, but not just any boy. He had boots on his feet, he had a hat on his head, and he had a big belt buckle made of spun sugar. So do you see how they were very specific in what he was wearing? Not just a gingerbread body, but boots, a belt buckle, a hat. So this tells you, right, he's kind of be different from all the other gingerbread people we've learned about so far. He was a gingerbread cowboy. She took raisins and candies and nuts and gave him two bright eyes, a laughing mouth, and a cowboy vest with fringe. Now, fringe is like little pieces of cloth that hang off a garment, like either pants or a jacket or a vest. And she put him in an oven to bake. So let's look at him. This is Fringe. This is his big belt buckle made of spun sugar. These are his boots. And this is his big cowboy hat. Let's look at the picture. Let's look at her face. She's like, oh, and he's like, oh my goodness. He has his hands like he's trying to catch something. Let's predict. Do you think something happened? Do you think something happened to our little gingerbread cowboy? Let's go and find out. I'm sure hungry for a biscuit, said the rancher, leaning over, sniffing the rodeo romping good smell coming out of the oven. He opened the door for a peek, and as quick as the flick of a cow's ponytail, out jumped the gingerbread cowboy, and he ran out the door as fast as his boots could carry him. There he goes. Now let's look at those phrasing in there, friends. Rodeo romping good smell. That tells me it was a big, bold, delicious smell. Not just like, it was okay. No, he wants you to know, the author wants you to, she wants you to know that smell was divine. It was like grabbed you by the nostrils. And she wants to know how quick he was. He wasn't like, do. No, he was like a cow, thick, his tail, he was fast and out the door. Now, what do you think is going to happen to this boy? What do you think is going to happen? What kind of animals will he meet? Is he going to meet the same animals that the country gingerbread boys met or the city gingerbread boy met? I don't know, because he's not in the city. He's not in the country. He's in the wild, wild west or a desert. Let's see what's going to happen next. Whoa! Shouted the rancher. Come back, cried his wife. But the gingerbread boy just laughed and said, giddy up as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. They yelled for him, come on back here. He jumped over a horned lizard, gobbling up ants, and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. This is a horned lizard. Its habitat is mainly the desert. Now, habitat means where an animal lives. Habitat is where an animal lives. And a horned lizard is mostly the desert. And another animal that lives in the desert is a roadrunner. This is a roadrunner, friends. Until he came to a roadrunner. Beep, 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 beep. I was about to have a lizard for breakfast, said the roadrunner. But I think I'll eat you instead. Ooh, look at that sharp beak. I think he could eat that gingerbread cowboy. And he's fast. Roadrunners are fast. But let's see what happens. The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He wriggled through the coral fence and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Yeah, see you later, baby. Of course, I just added that. He seems like he's a cocky. Cocky means kind of proud gingerbread cowboy. Friends, these are javelinas. Do you remember the story we read, The Three Javelinas? Do you know what I just did? I made a book-to-book connection. Sometimes when you read one book, it may remind you of another book. Seeing the javelinas in this book reminds me of the Three Javelinas when we did the Three Little Pigs unit. Let's see what happens. Until he came to a band of javelinas munching on cactus pads. Gingerbread, shouted the javelinas. Yee-haw! Now, our javelinas from the Three Little Javelinas wore clothes and they had a mom. These javelinas look more like real javelinas. Real javelinas have coarse means thick hair and very sharp teeth. And they all were chasing the gingerbread cowboy. Now let's see what the gingerbread cowboy says. The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, giddy up as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. He galloped. Gallop means he raced like a horse. Past the prickly cactus and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Woo, there he goes. Now, cactus are mostly found in desert. So to me, this says, yes, this setting is the desert. Until he came to a herd of longhorn cattle. They're called longhorn cattle because, what, friends? They have long horns. Grazing in a field. Grazing means they're eating grass. In a field means a big piece of land. No more grass for us, they all cry. We want gingerbread. But the gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, let's say it together, friends. Giddy up as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. He ducked. Duck means he went down low. Down low means down low between their legs and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. So here the longhorn cattle running. Here's a little gingerbread cowboy running. Now, until he met some hungry cowboys. Yes, there are cowboys still riding the range. The range is like a big piece of land that the ranch sits on. The cowboys yelled, "Stampede!" They wanted gingerbread too. Now, stampede means when the cattle run away. They run away without the cowboys being there. There's no cowboys to lead them. They just run wherever they want to. So here's the cowboys. Yeehaw! They want gingerbread too. Look, and the gingerbread boy is way down here. Let's read what happens. The gingerbread cowboy just laughed and said, let's say it together, friends. Giddy up as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. He turned down a canyon. Now, a canyon is like a deep hole in the earth. It's kind of, because we have a Grand Canyon here in the United States. It's like we have to go down. It's like down, land low in the earth. The gingerbread man turned down a canyon and raced away as fast as his boots could carry him. Now, most canyons have something special about them. What do you think canyons have special about them? What do you think the gingerbread's going to see in a canyon? Let's take a guess. Do you know? We'll see. Let's read. Look. It's not a fox, friends. Because fox, they don't live in the desert. This is called a coyote. Can we say coyote? And look at that gingerbread cowboy. He's being bold and brave. And is he being really brave? Or is he being proud? Listen to him. Let's listen to what he says to the coyote. Until he met a coyote napping in the sun. Now the gingerbread cowboy was feeling mighty pleased with him. Mighty pleased means very proud. When people are too proud, they're not smart sometimes, friend. They make foolish choices. Let's see what happens. I run from the rancher and his wife. That's what he tells the coyote. Let's go over and look at the words. I run from the road runner, the javelinas, the longhorn cattle, and the cowboys, he bragged. And I can run away from you too. Now he's telling the coyote, I've done all this and I can run from you too. Should he be talking to the coyote like that? Or should he just run away from the coyote? What do you think is going to happen next in the story? Why is he on the coyote's tail? Why do you think that, friends? Let's see why. The coyote smiled. I don't want to chase you, he said. But I can hear those folks coming fast. There's a river just ahead. Hop onto my tail and I'll take you across. I can't let them catch me now, cried the gingerbread cowboy. So he hopped onto the coyote's tail. That's what I wanted to tell you, friends. Most canyons have rivers or some body of water near them. So once again, let's see. He's going to start it off on the coyote's tail. Let's see what happens next. Where he's going to go next. He hops. Look. Is he still on the tail? No. And look what he's moving towards. Let's read the words. The coyote splashed in the river and began to swim. It rained last night and the river's deep. You better hop onto my back, said the coyote. So the gingerbread cowboy climbed onto the coyote's back. Oh, woe is me. Another too proud, foolish gingerbread person. What do you think is going to happen next? What will happen to this cowboy at the end? Do you think he's going to get away from the coyote? Let's see what happens. Oh, look at the crowd. Let's get close and look at them. Oh, they don't look too happy. Look at the javelinas. So let's see what happens. By now the cowboys, the longhorns, the javelinas, the road runner, the rancher, and his wife had arrived at the edge of the river. The rancher's wife took out her lariat and swung a loop out toward the gingerbread boy. Now, a lariat is like a long piece of rope. And that's the loop. What do you think she was trying to do with that loop? Who's she trying to catch with that loop? Let's see what happens next. Quick, stand on my nose, said the coyote. So the gingerbread cowboy jumped onto the coyote's nose. Ha, 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 shouted the gingerbread cowboy as the lasso fell short. They missed. Now, we've read like 3 books, and every time they climb onto the fox's nose and now the coyote's nose, things don't look good for our friend. Let's see what happens. But I won't, said the coyote. Flips him into the air. He tossed that gingerbread cowboy into the air like a flapjack. A flapjack is like a pancake, friends, on a griddle, and swallowed him in one go. Tasty. Look at the fish. What happened here? I just added that because that fish had to look like, what's happening? And that was the end of the gingerbread cowboy. But look at this happening. Look, the rancher and his wife invited the coyote back to the ranch to make more gingerbread cowboys. That's a twist. Most times the crowd goes home, rah, bah, 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 and the fox goes, ooh, delicious, I'm so smart. But here, they get together and make some more gingerbread. That was a great twist. Now, friends, I have 2 more activities to go with this book. One is about how to make your own gingerbread cowboy, and the other is how to do patterns using gingerbread pieces. Okay? So stick around. Hi, friends. I almost forgot to go over the characters from the story. So the characters from the gingerbread cowboy are the rancher, his wife, the gingerbread cowboy, the horned lizard, the road runner, the javelinas, the longhorn cattle, the cowboys, and the coyote. The repetitive phrase is, giddy up, as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. The setting is the desert, and he's eaten by the coyote. Okay, parents, I've attached with this email, besides the link to the video, some documents where the kids can make their own gingerbread cowboy. Now, this is like, if you can't print it, just can kind of maybe look at it and trace your own. But then make sure the kids at the bottom, right here, leave a portion to color the boots. Okay, the rest of the part can be brown, But they have to have, since he is a gingerbread cowboy, they have to leave something for the boots. Okay? And they can color the hat and the bow tie and the vest and the belt buckle any color they want. And then you cut them out and you glue them all together, and voila, you have a gingerbread cowboy. Hi, friends. This is the second activity I have for the gingerbread cowboy. It's a simple lesson on patterns. But before we do that, let's go over what we need to know about patterns. Now, and for preschoolers, you need to know how to copy a simple pattern, simple repeating pattern, extend and create a simple repeating pattern, or recognize and create complex patterns. So for the copy a pattern, so if I have a pattern of orange square, purple square, orange square, purple square, you should be able to duplicate that pattern down here with an orange square, purple square, orange square, purple square. It's called an AB pattern because each color is represented by a letter. So A represents orange, B represents purple. Now that's the first introductory to patterns. Then we have something called extend and create a pattern. So I can start off a pattern with like orange green square, black square. Then you will put green square, black square, green square, black square. That would be extending the pattern I already created. That's step 2. Step 3, now once you have a foundation in copying patterns, extending patterns, then you should be able to recognize and create your own complex patterns. Now, we can jazz it up a little bit. We can have an AAB pattern, AAB, which means it's the same color twice. Because remember, A represents yellow in this example. A represents yellow, then we have B. Then we have it again, A, B. So I want to go over these concepts with gingerbread pieces, and I'm going to also send this in an attachment, parents, for you to work on home with your children. If you can't print them, you could always create your own pieces. You know, just draw simple drawings and have them make them into a pattern. Thank you. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is copy a simple repeating pattern. So I'm going to come over here. This is the pattern. I have gingerbread house, gingerbread man, gingerbread house, gingerbread man, gingerbread house. So you can ask your I want to say your student, but your child, to copy the pattern you just made. So they will go gingerbread house, gingerbread man, gingerbread house, gingerbread man, gingerbread house, gingerbread man. So that means they could copy a pattern. So that would be the first step in pattern building. So that's the foundation step. You know, copy your pattern. So the second step would be to extend and create simple patterns. So you're going to create a pattern, and your child's going to extend it. So you can create a pattern, like you can have peppermint gingerbread house, peppermint, sorry friends, gingerbread house. Then you ask your child, what comes next? Is it a peppermint, or is it a gingerbread house? Give them a choice. Then they'll tell you it should be peppermint, and then gingerbread house. So they extend the pattern that you made. So once they get that down of like extending patterns, then it's their turn to create their own simple pattern. So they can create their own simple pattern by going maybe gingerbread man, peppermint. Gingerbread man, peppermint. Okay, so they can create their own simple pattern, repeating pattern. Now, they've copied a pattern, right? They've extended your pattern and they create their own simple pattern. Once they have those foundational skills in pattern making, then they can recognize and create complex patterns. Now, with the complex pattern, they can start off with just a simple AAB pattern or AABB. So they can go gingerbread house, gingerbread house, peppermint. Sorry, I don't know what happened to these little pieces. Okay, and then they can go gingerbread house, gingerbread house, peppermint. So they can create their own complex pattern instead of just a simple repeating pattern. So they can do AAB, AAB, or they can do A, B, B. Okay, then they do A, B, B. Okay? In the attachments that I send you, I have like really complex patterns like A, B, C, you know, or I have A, A, B, B, A, A, B, B. So you could also jazz it up a bit and have them extend those complex patterns. So I hope you find all these activities engaging for your student, your child. I'm so used to saying student. So you have them making the gingerbread cowboy. If that's all they can handle, that's perfectly fine. If they just can handle copying a pattern that you made, that's perfectly fine. If they can extend the pattern you made and they create their own simple pattern, hey, high five. And if they can do complex patterns, that's even better, friends. Complex patterns right here. Send me some pictures, you know, by email of pattern making or of the cowboy gingerbreads they made. This is Dr. Coleman. Have a great day and see you for the next gingerbread story.